Hello, hello, hello. Let me get this filter on all messages. Hello, how's everybody doing? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, whatever time it is, where you are. Welcome to this. Let's see how my court look. My corte looks pretty good. To this live stream of the CO visit. Colin here, and always with my trusty coffee. So how's everyone doing? Who's out there? Is it just me? I'll wait for a few minutes. Hello, 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 hello. Say hi. Don't be bashful. Come on in and chat. Hey, Jackie. Hello. Vertical. Yeah. So hey, Jeff. You know what? I'm gonna bestow upon. Oh, hold on here. Oh man, this thing's empty. That's why I just fell down. Also, there we go. So should we show up now as once see, there you go again. I now bestoweth the powers of moderator on Jeff Parnell as well. So Jackie and Jeff are now moderators in here. So if anyone's making weird comments or anything like that, go ahead and do whatever you want. Boot them. Boot them to the moon. Get them out of here. So how you guys doing? 309 in California. Yeah. Vertical. Yep. Just procrastinating. I'm great at it. Yeah. I hear you. How are you doing, Jeff? What's going on? What's new? Yay, Jeff, we got this. Yeah, we do. So I'm gonna open up the music debate here. So I've been going crazy uploading shorts, and you know what the funny thing is that I'm making from ad revenue. There we go. Now Jeff has this. You got your icon, the little wrench because you're a mod, and the other one because you're a member. So man, you're gonna be looking like one of those North Korean generals with all the metal pretty soon here. So awesome, doing fine. Back into work soon, but I have a few minutes. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I've been with as far as ad revenue and everything for making money for the channel. You know, I just made a discovery that I'm making as much or more ad revenue money just uploading shorts with the music that I've been uploading and stuff like that. It's like, holy fuck, I'm just gonna do this. Now I'll still do JW videos and stuff, but I'm just having a blast uploading these other videos because I love it, because I love the music and putting together the pictures and the snippets of music and all that. And it's getting me just as much money as a 10, 15, 20-minute video, busting my head and getting all worked up about JW stuff. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm just gonna be doing shorts. So it's been going well. Yeah, it's insane, but it's awesome at the same time. I'm still gonna do JW videos and all that and the lives, and it's all good. I'm gonna do every avenue I can possibly do, but I'm loving the shorts. I'm really loving that. And thanks to Patty. Patty's always, I'm such a blockhead, Thank you, Jackie. Yes, please like everybody. Give a like. There's 10 people here. There should be 10 likes. What the fuck? Come on. Give a like. That doesn't cost you anything. So please do that. Please, please, please. Okay. But I'm such a blockhead that, Patty was the one that sent me the first short with like music. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, and then I uploaded it. It was like, holy fuck. That just went through the roof right away. And I've had ones right now where literally in less than 24 hours, a short that I put up with Brian May from Queen, another short I put up with Steve Perry from Journey. Steve Perry is just fire. Already it's almost to 5,000 views in less than 24 hours. That is insane. So I'm loving it. But anyway, I'm going to talk about a bunch of stuff, guys, but just a topic to throw out there. In my estimation, when you get around to like, okay, 1979, so we were right on the cusp of 1980. And what was it that sparked off that tone and the way that music was in the 80s? You know how the music videos were and the sound and the bands. And a lot of people say because the very first video was radio killed the or video killed the radio star. Remember that video, the first one that was on MTV? And everyone says that was the first song of the 80s and all that, which, yeah, it might have been on MTV. But my opinion is that it was Toto. Toto's song, I just uploaded a short of it. Toto's song, Hold the Line, for me, was the song that preemptively kicked off the 80s sound. Because if you listen to that song and you compare it to like all the other like 70s music, that song, Hold the Line, is not like any other 70s song. Like the 70s song was, the 70s music was still kind of like that mysterious, like psychedelic, like Led Zeppelin, CCR, all that kind of stuff. But then Hold the Line came along and it was like, holy shit, where did that come from? And the singer and his voice, and not in the way that you hold me, and all that. And oh my God, just, oh, the thing that you know that you do, hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Oh my God. Just like where it was just a totally different. Yeah. Steve Lukather. I mean, oh my God. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, you got a guitar like that? That's awesome. So Toto just came out with right from the 70s. They were already ready to bust open the 80s. So for me, Hold the Line was like, for me, that's the song that kind of kicked off, got the 80s thing going, Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly, sis. Exactly. Right. Steve Lukather wrote a lot of stuff for Michael Jackson, a lot of the guitar parts, a lot of that stuff. And that's crazy. That guy was pure talent. Yeah. Another couple of the channels that I like to follow, just so you guys know where I'm at. I love Professor Rock. I don't know if any of you guys watch him. I love watching those videos, the breakdowns, the interviews, and just, some of the inside stuff on the music and how they wrote it and all that stuff. I every once in a while, it's kind of an acquired taste. I'm not going to deny that the guy was a great musician and songwriter and producer. I try to stomach as much of Rick Beato as I can. The guy is really full of himself, though. I mean, as a guitar player, because he's just so perfect, and he lacks a lot of humility. But there's been much greater guitar players, much more humble than him. But I still like watching Rick Beato because he's got a lot of good interviews. The interviews that he did with like Peter Frampton, because I love Frampton guys. Frampton is just, for me, yeah, Professor Rock does the breakdown of the songs. Yeah, he's got the little like beanie and he's got the horn rimmed glasses. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. He's like, hey guys, Professor Rock here, and he kind of reminds me of Casey Kasem. When you hear him talk, he's a lot like Casey Kasem, yeah, and just great guy, just a nice guy. I really like him. That's what I like about him, because he's like, we grew up in that era, and he brings up that like nostalgia and stuff, and he's got like a DeLorean in the background and stuff. And oh yeah, Jackie, yeah, I saw Frampton. I got to see that. I got that privilege. Thank you, God. I got to see Frampton in 2001 in St. Paul, Minnesota. And I'm so glad I did. It was such a good concert. Little concert. It was just a little festival and stuff. And it was pretty rinky dink. I mean, it was pretty improvised, but I mean, just getting to see Frampton live was awesome. I loved it. And great guy. So humble, and such a great guitar player. Classic, I mean, jazz guitar player, studio musician, guitar player, and he's very accomplished guitar player and does not get enough love and enough respect, I think, as a musician like he did. And thank God for David Bowie. Thank God for David Bowie, just kind of jump starting Peter Frampton's career again. And then one of my other favorite songs of all time, Whiter Shade of Pale from Procol Harum. When I saw that interview with Rick Beato, when he interviewed Peter Frampton, and he asked him what his favorite song was, and he didn't even bat an eye. He didn't even think about it. He said Whiter Shade of Pale because it's just a perfect song. I mean, what a description. And it's so true. That song is so wonderful. And the older that guy got from Procol Harum, the better he was. His voice and everything just aged like fine wine. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I put a short up of him as well when he was younger, but then with his older voice. So, but yeah, love me some Toto. Love that. All their music. They had awesome music. Great progressive band. There's so much. And all those artists, they're dying off. Unfortunately, they're really getting up there in age. Hey Jay, how are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for being here. We're never going to have artists like that again. Not even remotely close. Not even, I mean, don't even try. Because these artists back then, you know, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, they were musicians. They were poets. You know, they could put music together. And just, I mean, come on. John Fogerty from CCR, he created his own music, his own style. He's got his own genre of music. That's just him, right? And, you know, Ronnie Van Zant, Leonard Skinner, you know, just irreplaceable. These guys, you know, just never again we have anybody like that. Voices like a lot of these guys, just characters. I mean, my God, Joe Cocker. Oh, just not only a presence to behold on stage, just his gestures and what a character, you know, Axl Rose, and just, you know, love him or hate him, but I mean, never be a voice like that again, you know, and so many musicians, you know. Hey, Justin. Good day, Justin. How are you doing? Welcome for being here. I'm just going through a nostalgic rant here about music and our artists who are sadly going away. And but just what magnificent artists that they really were, you know, songwriters and musicians, and just phenomenal in everything, you know, and putting together music that touched people because it was real. It was real. It was something you could connect with and feel and be like, yeah, I know what that is. I've been through that before, you know. And that song speaks to me because that's so real, you know. And so just, oh my goodness, just so many things. Do I know what Axl Rose did when he sniffed black pepper? No, I have no idea. What did he do? I never heard about that. What's that all about? I'm sure he did a lot of stuff. He sniffed a lot of stuff. Sneezed, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. That would do it. Yep. Yep. Knees. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, just, I mean, you know, just phenomenal. That's an original joke. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm a little slow today. Yep. Yeah, just, I mean, great times. You know, those are times that are never going to come back, you know. And even a lot of the bands in the I just uploaded one from Collective Soul, The World I Know. You know, I love that song. A lot of songs from Collective Soul. Love Collective Soul. Who else? What's the name of this band? One that did Creep and Interstate Love Song. And trying to think, man, I'm having a mental blank here. So we had, you know, Pearl Jam, you know, grunge groups from the 90s and stuff. And there's a lot of good music there. Yeah. Yep, all those guys died. Yes, they did. Yep, the day the music died. Don McLean, American Pie, great song, great song. Yep, but it's just we're never gonna have other groups like that. The Beatles, my God, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. And the question I have, guys, is where are artists like that? Where are artists like that? Why don't we have artists coming up of that caliber? What's going on with music? I mean, are people just not suffering enough? Are people not having a hard enough time where they can come out of that and have some real gritty, experiences, stuff to write about? I mean, you got to admit that drugs had a lot to do with it. A lot of these guys were, they were drug fueled, but they did good stuff whilst on drugs and drinking and all that. I mean, you can't deny that. You know, the creative touch that they had was just unbelievable. Will we ever get music like that again in the future at some point? I mean, something that just whoa, something that just stops the world on its axis. Yeah, I think so, Cindy. You're right. Introspection, having to know who you are, having to struggle. You know, um, I think there were a few artists here and there that had that, like Amy Winehouse, like Jewel. You guys remember Jewel? Um, and what's her name? Osborne. Um, the one that's saying that God had a name. What would it be, and would you call it to his face? They had that potential there, but it just never. Nah, they just fizzled out. They fizzled out. Yeah, the frequencies are changed. Yeah, definitely. Now everything's just super processed and cookie cutter. Yep. Yeah, Beverly Brothers. Yeah, Beach Boys, Little Richard, Chuck Berry. Yeah, absolutely. Chuck Berry inspired Angus Young from AC/DC. When Angus Young does his duck walk on stage, that's from Chuck Berry. He said that in interviews. He got that from Chuck Berry as a kind of an homage to him. You know, so yeah, it is exactly, Jeff. It's a quick hit. It's like have a hit or two, do a couple concerts, earn your millions, and then they're gone. They're done. That's it. Then they're doing podcasts and opening clothing stores and stuff like that. You know. Yep, definitely. How do you get that magic where 40 years later, 50 years later, guys like John Fogerty, Mick Jagger, still going, and their music just they're still selling out stadiums. Getting top dollar for concerts. I mean, it's just who would have thought? The staying power of that kind of music is just amazing. But it in a way it gives me a lot of nostalgia. It gives me sadness. I feel depressed at times thinking that all the artists that influenced me, that I grew up with, that my family grew up with, one by one they're passing on. They're going away. You know, yeah, right, Rack. Yep, stuck in high school with their song content. Yeah, yep. They got to grow. They gotta change with the times if they're going to be able to. God only knows is the most beautiful song he'd ever heard by the Beach Boys. Yeah, yeah, I believe that. Yeah, my boss's daughter is in music school. She's completely clueless to music history and music theory. It's sad speaking with her about music. Yeah, and she's in school for that. Wow, maybe she's not in the right profession there. Yep, definitely. I mean, you gotta study all types of music. You got to listen to all types of music and understand how it's all intertwined. All music is connected to each other in some way or another. And they borrow from each other and they use similar tones and, you know. Oh, cool, Jackie. That's awesome. That's awesome. Should have your son put up a video playing drums sometimes. I'd love to see it. That'd be cool. She's going to Berkeley. She can sing, but is just clueless. Yeah. Yeah, I know how it is. You know, I know how it is, definitely. Just wondering someday, God, will we ever have, you know, we need these artists back. We need them back. Resurrect them, please, or give us another, you know, we need Joe Cocker to come back and all these other, you know, we need that stuff. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Oh my God, you know, we need them back. Yeah. Yep. No, McCartney's got a ton of music. He's another great musician, you know. Eddie Van Halen. Yep. Yep. And I'm going to give you guys a little confession here, and this is completely platonic, and there's no danger at all. She's an older lady now and has a family and is married and all that. But man, I'll tell you what, guys. Back in the day, if I would have crossed paths in my life somehow with the guitarist Jennifer Batten, she was Michael Jackson's guitar player. What a goddess. Oh my God. What a divine being. Okay. Nothing against my wife. I love Patty infinitely for the rest of my life, and I would never change her for anything. But if circumstances in my life would have been different, Jennifer Batten, what a goddess in her prime. And what a guitar player. Holy fuck. Could she play guitar? And she still can. You know, she's in her 60s now and just, man. And Jonathan Sugarfoot Muffet, Michael Jackson's drummer, what a beast. What a beast. If he can go on like Drumeo or any of those, you know, and watching him recreating the Michael Jackson hits, you know, and playing along with them, man, that guy's just a machine. Total machine. Huey Lewis. Oh, yes, sis. Love Huey Lewis and the News. Great stuff. Yep. Yeah. No, all the music's bullshit now. It's all shit. It's all bad. There's no good music right now. None of it. Not even remotely close. There's no guitar solos anymore. You know, country music is unbearable. I can't even listen to it without throwing up in my mouth. Just awful, 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 awful. Yeah, yeah. You can go on Drumeo and watch Jonathan Sugarfoot Muffet recreate all the classic songs from yeah, power metal scene. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Alien. I agree. Yep, some metal. There are some good metal groups coming out there, you know. But all of this, I just can't deal with all this. Yeah, like the playback and the, you know, having the backing tracks and the lip syncing, and I just can't deal with it. I can't handle it. Glory Hammer. Yeah, I've heard about them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Sounds like good stuff. I need to check them out more. I got to give them a chance. I give them a chance. I think they deserve that at least. Yep. So yeah, it's just you know, it's great stuff. Great stuff. You know, all the music and even up through the 90s. That's about for me where I cut it off. I can listen to music, you know, as far as really being objective and saying, hey, music that I really liked up through the 90s. Maybe in the 2000s, there was a few things, you know, because there's some hip hop stuff that I like and stuff like that. But, you know, for the most part, 90s, that's about it. That's where I cut it off, you know. So Meatloaf had a lot of great songs. Aerosmith was absolutely banging during the 90s. You know, I mean, you can say what you want about the 70s, 80s, but the 90s, they were off the fucking rails, banging. Great songs, you know. Yeah. So concerts are a bunch of overlays. Yeah. Yep. For sure. For sure they are. Yep. Yeah. So anybody else that's out there, don't be bashful. Say hi. Come on in and make a comment and just a friendly reminder. There are many ways that you can support the channel. Okay, you got the just liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. Memberships are available. Okay, we already had Jeff stepped up to the plate and became a member, and you know, there's the super thanks and all that kind of stuff, and it's all appreciated. Anything you can do to support the CO visit. So just wanted to give you guys a little update now. I should get to the point here. So I was on the phone last night with a doctor, and I sent her over my images of my lab results and everything, and you know, she was worried. She was worried because of the lump that I have in my chest and the fact that I have some indicators there that my body is producing antibodies, which indicates that there's something going on that it's fighting an infection of some sort, but it's not like, you know, infection like I got a fever or something, or I got the flu or something like that. Something's else going on in my body, and my body's fighting it. That worries me. So she was like, you need to get in. You need to get in. We need to do, you got to get some ultrasounds done, and then we need to get you a gastroenterologist, enterologist, whatever it's called, and you're gonna have to program endoscopy with biopsy. We need to do a biopsy, she said, and figure out what's in there, because you know, I've got a pretty long history of cancer in my family. My dad had cancer, and on my mom's side, I have 3 uncles that already passed away from cancer, different cancers. So, you know, I don't want to be pessimistic. I don't want to jump the gun. You know, I don't want to worry anybody unduly, you know, without knowing what it is first. But there are some indicators there that something's up. You know, also I have right here, I've got some glands right here, right above my collarbone that are swollen, and that's not a good indication. That's not good. Okay, so my body's doing something. Something's going on. So I got to get that checked out. So basically, right coming up here next month in June, once I get on vacation, I'm going to set up an appointment with the gastroenterologist and get the ball rolling on the endoscopy and the biopsy. And that's really going to tell the tale. And then before that, we're going to do the ultrasounds and get the ball rolling on that, and just kind of go from there, you know, and see what it is that we're dealing with here. So I'm just trying to, right now, take it one day at a time, preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. And, you know, until I know something for sure, I can't, you know, worry myself too much. You know, but I just wanted to let you guys know about that and what that's going on, and I'm going to keep you guys in the loop as I find out more. Okay, so you guys will be the first ones to know. Okay, and I know that all of you out there are rooting for me and care about me, and I care about all of you, and I appreciate everything that you do for me and supporting the channel and everything. It means the world to me. And we can't be cowards in life. We can't be cowards in life. We're here, and while we're here on this earth, we got to do something. We're not exempted from doing our best, no matter how absurd and how insane this existence is. We're tasked to do our best. We have to. And try to make a difference on this planet and leave a print behind while we're here. And that's what we got to do. You know, are we in agreement? Do you guys think the same way? That's how that's how I feel, you know. So we got to take these things head on. Got to take it head on, take the bull by the horns, and just roll with the punches. And I think that in all of this, whatever happens, whatever way this goes, there's a reason. There are lessons to be learned for it. When we go through these situations and we go through illnesses, it takes the edge off of us, takes the edge off our ego, makes us a little bit more understanding, makes us a little bit more compassionate towards others and their suffering. And that's okay. And that's okay, you know. So that's what's going on right now, guys. So I just wanted to keep you in the loop on all of that. And, you know, those of you that are believers, keep me in your prayers. Those of you that aren't, well, just keep me in your thoughts. Wish me the best. And onward and upward. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep going on, keep moving forward. And the CO visit will continue until the day that I can physically not continue doing it anymore. But until then, we're going to keep going strong. So, yeah, that's about it. That's what's going on right now. So I hope everything is going well for all of you out there. I hope you're all blessed. Keep fighting the fine fight. Just be good people. Just be a good human being. Love others, and you can never go wrong. You never go wrong with love. Never. And just live and let live. Let each person live their life the way that best suits them and stay out of it. You know, live your life the best way that suits you and respect each person. You don't have to agree with it, but respect them. And all you need is love, right? Well, thanks for being here, people. Thanks for joining me in this live stream. And stay tuned for more live streams and more CO visit videos and more quirky shorts out there that I'm putting up. Go check them out. Give me likes on the shorts as well. That helps a lot. Watch them through. Give a like. Okay. And if there's nothing else, without further ado, I will say goodbye. Okay. So let's see you in the next one. Be blessed.